I got good news for you. We're back with Dead Insiders. Yes, they are here again in the losers bracket in another best of 5 series at MAPness. The tournament where we get the shittiest map, the best maps in the hero pool. Gems like Braxis Holdout, like Hanamura Temple, Warhead Junction, or Blackheart's Bay and Haunted Mines. So, another best of 5. And let's go. Dead Insiders, I still don't really know what happened in the series that they played in the winner bracket semi-final. I honestly don't know. I think that my theory that they started this tournament and decided that every time somebody died they had to drink a shot of vodka is a solid one. Given how all of these games went and how the entire best of 5 series in itself progressed, I think that is a very, very good theory. But either way, they are just hilarious. They're absolutely fantastic. I mean, they have one motto, and that's just like YOLO. Go YOLO or go home. That's pretty much the mantra with which they came into this tournament, and so far it looks like they're going home. Because they're YOLOing a lot, but it's super funny. So, yeah, it's... I want to see what's happening now. So they go up against Team Kayak, who lost in one of the earlier rounds. And finds themselves therefore in the losers bracket here. Again, there's 900 euros of prize money on the line. This is a fully community-driven event. If you want to support events like this, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy this being a little bit different, a bit more lighthearted, then check out the Patreon link that is in the YouTube description, or if you're watching it on Twitch, you can use !Patreon. There might be something in the panel description as well. But this is something that we're putting together through that, and the plan is also, as already explained in the past, to do more like that in the future. Always depends a bit how much other tournaments are currently going on. But obviously with Heroes of the Storm, there's less and less tournaments organized through sponsors, and therefore anything that comes from the community is like more important and takes a bigger place there. To make sure that the players still have content to play, that we are still having the competitive scene, keeping them alive. And that's what we're trying to do here. It's a little bit of a more lighthearted end of the year tournament. And so far it's been pretty good. It's kind of interesting to see some of these maps in the pool again. And pretty entertaining. But yeah, so we got Imperius and Sylvanas. They're changing things up a little bit. This time we have Imperius very early, going up against Hogger, Garrosh, and Junkrat. And they actually banned Junkrat. So now they're going up against an opponent that also picks Genji, so they're banning it out. And yeah, there's definitely mobility with Junkrat now that normally would be banned out, and that's what we've seen in, I guess, I think it was in the last 2 series, both of the winner bracket semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember the bans correctly. But yeah, Jojo gets annihilated right now, and let's see what else we're gonna get. We have, first and foremost, Anduin and Muradin. Ready for action. Let's go. Anduin, I really don't... Like, first of all, I don't understand why you would go... Like, why would you buy yourself a skin for Anduin? I mean, playing him is already something where I would honestly buckle a little bit if my teammates would demand that from me, but then I would just acknowledge, okay, he is really a strong character, so his abilities are fantastic, let's go for it. But then get the skin for him and then also give him the robbing skin? I mean, how much beta do you want to get? So, yeah. Tychus and Valfurion. Is this the first time that we're seeing a Tychus today? I think so. Yeah. First time Tychus. I love his nickname, by the way. Brrrs. Tychus goes brrr. Full minigun. And we got a Medivh. Limon Medivh. I like that. Okay, so that's actually... kind of flipping this a little bit. That could be pretty cool. I mean, it's another best of 5, and we're starting with Braxis Holdout as our first map, so let's see where we're headed from here. But guys, it's Dead Insiders against Team Kayak, so let's jump straight into the first map of the series. Dead Insiders against Kayak. On the left side, Limu on Medivh, Shizakid on Muradin. We got Bishops on Imperius, Anime Power on Sylvanas, and Alex Batman on Anduin. The Medivh pick is actually ingenious. If there's anything that allows you to YOLO harder, then it's a well-placed portal. So we all know that's going to happen here. On the right side of the map, though, we got Master Chips with Hogger, we got Mr. Tycho on Junkrat, Kayak is playing this with Arion on Garrosh, Link on Malfurion, and Brrrs on Tychus. So, everybody apparently jumping onto the top lane, and yep, that's a 5 versus 4, they all had the same idea. This is already so good. They're exactly starting where they left off in the last series. Solo YOLO. Everybody jumps in and literally, I mean, again, this is exactly, they continue exactly where they left off. It is too perfect. It's so damn good. They all jump in. It's an immediate kill. 1 kill to 0. Junkrat is all alone at the bot lane. He's like, team? Nobody's there, he's getting a little bit scared, is able to move out, but yeah, it's glorious. 5 stacks already for Medivh. We're going to keep an eye on his baseline. But yeah, it's fantastic. From start to finish, these guys are going for aggression. I really would hope for Muradin to not go for Haymaker, but I think the chances of us not seeing Haymaker here are slim to none, given what we've seen so far in this tournament from them. But yeah, he even went for color coordination with the mount. Damn. Until this thing, I didn't even realize that you could color coordinate that mount with Anduin's Robin skin. But yeah, that's a pretty beta move right there. But either way, you gotta give him some credit. I mean, that is effort that he put in. So, not bad. Either way, the fights are continuing. Oh my, of course they are. What is this 4-1 split you're talking about? When you can play 5 versus 5, why would you go for this 4-1? I don't understand. So yeah, they're taking 1 down. And it's good. 2 kills to 0. No progression on the objective just yet. Don't need to progress on the objective when you can kill people. But there's control at the top lane now that we have bishops coming in for it. And well, down at the bottom of the map, so we're currently looking at Muradin getting axed down a bit. Hogger is starting to face off against Imperius up at the top again. But of course the whole idea would be to get control at the bot lane and get some beacon progress. And they're actually pulling that off. Nice, which means that there's a lot of pressure on Hogger now, top side. They have level 4 talents already, and Hogger is pogging this as best as he can, but this is getting a bit clutch, and maybe a little bit too clutch for Mr. Pogger here, especially since there's a rotation on the way. So they're trying to get a hit on Hogger. He is already spinning out of control a little bit on this one, and it ends with his death. So Hogger is down, control has been retaken down at the bottom of the map, but it's still 66% on the progress bar. Off to a good start, as usual. It's the mid-game that we have to be careful about. And Tychus is going with the minigun. And they go for Muradin, and they get him. Muradin is down, and Anduin, he's a bit in the corner, but Medivh was there. So you bought enough time, and then they were able to get the kill there. And wow, they nearly got the hit on Tychus, damn. That was really close. Bishop's taking over here too. Hogger has, of course, all the freedom in the world now at the top lane. And that is another stun and another kill. So we are looking at 4 kills to 1. And they are controlling the flow of the game again, as they did in so many of the maps in the winner bracket semifinal. But we all know how that ended. Yeah, of course he's jumping in. Got a portal, right? So why wouldn't you jump in? Get that portal ready and just YOLO. Oh god, it's insane. I absolutely love watching these guys. Win or lose, it's always fun. It's always interesting and entertaining. And they just keep at it. I mean, they're really just like breaking through this. They grant some vision by taking the gate down. So now they have a few more plays, possibly in their repertoire, when they can actually see who they're portaling on. If Muradin comes through and hits that Stormbolt straight ahead, and then they just need the damage from Sylvanas and Bob's your uncle. We got them with level 7 talents a little bit earlier, and they're gonna get that big Zerg wave. That's gonna be 100% to 0. Yep, nobody's even trying to interrupt it from happening right now. So that's gonna be top lane pressure, and they're pushing at the bottom of the map apparently with Sylvana, so that seems to be the game plan. Imperius against Hogger is gonna have a good time, because Hogger is low and doesn't have a fountain cooldown apparently. So there's little that he can do. He needs some assistance, and that's where Junkrat comes into play, but that leaves the bot lane open. And they are still interrupting here as best as they can, but it seems that they are looking for the fights. I actually feel a little bit silly because I thought for a second that they would go for a split push on 2 lanes, and then I remembered who I'm casting, and I was like, nah, of course not. They're gonna go for the fight. They're gonna go for the battle. Why split push when you can just brawl it out? And that fort is already gonzo, and they're fighting it even further. Like, these guys are so aggressive. It is awesome. Another hit, and nearly the connect on Garrosh. He's barely escaping. Muradin is at the bottom of the map to use all of his wave clear to deal with the wave here. So, really good on him. I mean, wave clear, Muradin trying to deal with the Zerg wave at the bottom. The rest of the team, top side, now broke also through the gate and the tower at the keep. Whereas, yeah, they're still trying to do a bit of work on that fort before the red team can finally get into a good position to defend again. It's not even the entire team that left. They're still keeping a few of those guys in, yet they get the kill. No! 34 stacks! 34 stacks and he's dead. Oh, God. Yeah. 34 stacks. They get a kill on Tigers, and then Medivh dies and loses all of his stacks. Worth it? Yeah. Nope. Probably not. They're still a level ahead. They are heading into level 10, and it's gonna be... This is a weird one to cast, because I've seen this before. 4 times actually. So I'm currently just asking myself, how do they throw it this time? Yeah. Level 10, they're gonna get the lead, they're gonna pull ahead, and then I wonder what's happening in the mid game. Can they finally break through here, or is Kaya gonna give them the same treatment that Disgusting did in the previous series? So, yeah, they have the ults, and Bishops in particular is obviously now adding additional CC, and that might be something that has been lacking a little bit for them in the previous ones. But now they got the Wrath of the Angeris. We currently also have the Light Bomb again. Leyline has been chosen by 0 stacks Medivh, as he's coming in from the top again. If he ever has a chance to go for a sneaky Leyline play, he's going to try. 100%. But for now, they are not even doing anything with their heroic abilities. They don't have a real opportunity here. And I say it, and then this happens. Light Bomb into Leyline, double connect, easy. Big stun from Imperius, everything underneath the fort, double kill. And they're gonna get maybe even another one. Yep, get wrecked, son. Easy kills right there. 3 down, 4 down. Total slaughter. Absolute slaughter in an engage. I mean, here we go. Bam! Stun, 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 and everybody just jumps in. The fort is down. That's the second one that gets destroyed, and it is as glorious as you would expect. The double control also on the beacon that gives them maybe not an entire Zerg wave, but they're gonna have a very strong one way or another. 9 kills to 2 now. And yeah, they're already looking at 42. Here comes the control. Wave clear Muradin is still at the bottom of the map. And then all the way up at the top, Bishops is going 1v4. And it works out exactly the same way that it did against Disgusting. So he's down. Now, with that, we have the red team with some momentum that they're now using to simply go for some of the camps. And wave clear Muradin is still wave clearing the bot lane. Oh, it's so good. Oh, there's nothing that I hated more in any pubby game than being a Muradin player as a tank and in need of someone that holds the side lane, and your entire team refuses to deal with waves, and then you are the one that all of a sudden has to split and do that. It was the most, like, especially at the beginning of the game, it was such a bad experience, and here he is just like side laning the entire time at the bottom, completely alone against the minion waves, one auto attack at a time. It's just glorious. Leyline is out, they're all escaping with the portal. Yeah, that was a bit of a questionable timing on the shockwave. And Odin is still firing away. He has a lot of ults that just got YOLO'd out by both teams. 70% to 22 in the progress, but there's the level 16. Sorry, 13. 16, that's the stacks that we had for Medivh a second ago. And they're going for the battle again. You look at Sylvanas. YOLO! Yeah, she YOLOs in hardcore, and they get the kill, and she survives. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. They're not stopping there, of course. They're looking for a bit more. And they're going to try and, yeah, just snowball that fight even further. The snowball misses, though. That's the problem. Limo is about to die again, gets saved by Anduin. He has 25 stacks. You don't want to lose those. Yeah, so he survives. And Garrosh is currently MVP for the red team. He's really saving everybody's hide. But Link goes down after all. Another portal is in. Imperius wants to connect. He hits it. And that's the end of Junkrat. The rat gets junked. And they can go for the wall once more, especially since they have Sylvanas here, and that Zerg wave that they locked in with 100% is going to help them to take the first keep down. So the momentum once more in their hands, 2-level lead, diving deep, Medivh alive, and they kill Hogger. Damn, I saw Medivh already bite the dust here, but no, he's still Gucci. Now they're coming in with another light bomb engage, and this time it's Garrosh that is front and center of the attack, so he goes down. 14 kills to 3. Oh, the Riptire. Sylvanas is dead. They're still trying to go for the core here. They might well be able to pull it off. It's a 4 versus 3 battle. And now that Junkrat is down, I think the chances of locking in a 1-0 lead are pretty good. So it is a victory on Braxis Holdout for Dead Insiders as they take down Team Kayak. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Time for the Pirates! Blackheart's Bay, map number 2. Yeah, pretty fun one. The one time that we casted it so far in the tournament, it was pretty exciting. With all of the doubloons, it was just awesome. But yeah, we're back to Booty Bay with Dead Insiders against Team Kayak, the second game in the best of 5 series in the losers bracket of MAPness. And this should be good. With all the aggression that we're seeing from Dead Insiders and them ending on Braxis in an 11-minute game, I expect nothing else but just a full-on commitment to team fights and slaughtering people here. Now, the ban on Hogger, we get the ban on Blaze. When it comes to heroes, especially bot lane, is kind of interesting to me what they're going to do. But I would assume that Sylvanas, if they can get her, is once again going to be part of the plan. I would be shocked if anything else happens, honestly. Sylvanas just... yeah, Vikings are getting banned. Yeah, I would like to see some Vikings on Blackheart's Bay. But yeah, to be fair, I really think they're just going to go for an all-out commitment on team fighting as much as they can. Brightwing gets picked as the first pick in the game. Does make perfect sense, obviously. But yeah, let's see what the blue team has in store for us right now, what the game plan here is from them. Sylvanas helps them to just go for structures the entire time, and you can fight under forts very easily by simply disabling it. So I suppose this might be the game plan again. And yeah, it fits perfectly, of course, with what they're trying to do here. So they go for her immediately. Dehaka also helps him too. He can sideline a little bit and still join the team fights. So the best of 2 worlds. But what's it going to be on the side of Team Kayak now? I mean, they must know what's coming, right? So you got a Urel, you got Genji, take it away from the opponent. This is the first time in quite some time that Limo doesn't get his Genji. So, yeah. But, okay. So, ban on Anubarak. Yeah, Urel and Anubarak as a combo together with Genji is obviously very annoying because they can be super aggressive and jump in deep. But here comes the Abathur ban. Yeah, I don't really blame them. We had a couple of sneaky Abathur players already, and I would love for them to bust it out again, but it seems that Team Kayak is not really too eager to go up against the Worm. So no worms in this one. Instead we're getting Rhaegar. Great if you're trying to go for the balloons. If you're going for the pirate camps, then Rhaegar is great. He can easily take them by himself within a very short period of time. We got Tracer together with now as well. So the only thing missing is the main tank. This is the only thing that I'm missing right now. But yeah. So for the double pick on the side of Team Kayak, they still need their own main tank, and a little bit more damage would also go a long way for them here. Depends always a little bit on how they want to play this. If they want to have a global, by the way, they still have options too. You could go for the birdie, but they go Cassia and they go for Diablo. Diablo Urel, absolute powerhouse, of course. Final pick in the game goes to the blue team, though. So Dead Insiders, they got a chance here to lock their main tank in. I mean, there's plenty of options still. You got a Garrosh, you got a Muradin. Those were probably the two biggest ones. And they say, like, yeah, fuck tanks. We don't need that shit. We go for Tank Maiev. We're going to pull an Ultralisk here. So, yeah, main tanks are overrated. You got a Dehaka, you got a Maiev. They go Dehaka main tank, and that's pretty much just it. Blackheart Spay, everybody. Once again, Dead Insiders going full YOLO here. Let's jump straight into the second map of the Best of 5 series. Get ready for battle! Here we go! Game number 2. On the left, we got Dehaka, played by Shizakid. The main tank. Alex Batman on Rhaegar. Limu on Tracer, coming in with the Tracer rounds on level 1. Anime Power on Sylvanas, and Bishops is playing Maiev. Whereas on the right side of the map, it's Master Chips on Urel. We got Arion on Diablo, Brrs on Cassia, stacking it up with the Thunderstroke. We got Link on Brightwing, and Mr. Taiko is playing Genji. So, they're actually sneaking with the Haka over to the Vision and grab it early. So there's always the threat that somebody is sitting in the bush waiting for you to engage and then attacks you. But the rest of the team is already busy at the bottom of the map. Yeah, so I thought, and then they're still zoning them out here a bit. So, they're trying to be aggressive again, and we're of course waiting for those chests, but yeah, up on Blackhearts. Let's see who they are. Oh, yeah, that's the aggression, exactly. And Brightwing is dead. So, they were sneaking around, they were looking for the kill, they didn't really know who to go for initially, but then Brightwing stepped out just a bit too much and gets immediately punished and totally murdered. And they use the opportunity to just come in and take down the walls as well. And the red team can't race this. They can't race at the bottom of the map. That's just absolutely impossible for them. So Diablo is now coming topside and trying to help out here. They find him very early though. And this is already nice damage in the middle, which means that the first turn is, of course, going to eliminate that fort right away. We already talked a little bit about the changes since then. One of the biggest ones is, of course, that now those fountains are invulnerable. So they are not part of what the barrage hits, meaning that more shots are going to be dedicated to the fort itself. And that means that those turn-ins are now even more dangerous. Because previously, one of the cannonballs was always soaked up by the fountain. That's not the case anymore. We already have them with them trying to lock in a few of the camps and therefore also grab those doubloons. Genji has an easy time locking the chest in. They actually get both. Yeah, they're taking both chests. That's 14 doubloons in their hands. That is a bit unexpected in the sense that I didn't really think they would just let that slide. I thought they would fight over it. And they don't even care. Wait, what? I thought that the goal might have been to just say like, alright, well, you know what, guys, you take the doubloons and then we'll just take them from you. But no, that's not what's happening here. Instead, they're trying to attack at the top with Sylvanas and that little push. Down at the bottom of the map, it's a bit of a scrimmage, I'd say. So they're going for Diablo and they're trying to get a few shots. But yeah, shots are already being fired here. And Diablo, there's the tether first of all, then the tongue. Diablo makes it out, I guess, but we have a dead Cassia. They might even be able to get the kill on Diablo, and indeed they do. So they claim some of them, but they lose Rhaegar at the top. Now, one of the blue at least has been recaptured, but I don't think that Sylvanas is necessarily going to survive that. Neither is Genji though, so it's as you would expect, kill for kill for kill for kill for kill. The middle fort has now been destroyed as expected, but it's on the blue team side since Team Kayak turned in first. But Dead Insiders are still pretty busy here. So they hold 6 doubloons now against 4. It's 8 by now, and they still have a double camp at the bottom of the map, which allows them to go through even more structures. And that's of course one of the big plays. If you can take some of these things down early, then your turn-ins will go a very long way. And I guess that's what they're currently trying to aim for. They destroyed this entire thing over here without any trouble. They destroyed the wall at the top, they destroyed the wall in the middle. So now all that's left for them is to try and turn in, well, maybe get a couple of kills. Genji is in real trouble here, but he gets at least the X-Strike back, so he's out. Sorry, the Swift Strike. But the turn is slowly starting to happen. So a couple of doubloons by bishops have been delivered. They are still rushing around here. Limu with Tracer has, of course, also a very easy time to go for a chest if he wants to. Can burn this down within half a second. And there's still a lot to take, and they're actually trying to go for Urel again. Level 7 on both sides. Pretty meh stacks for Cassia. I mean, there's not a lot of fights. There's not a lot of opportunities for her to get any stacks with Thunderstroke. So she's currently sitting at 6, which is pretty sweet for the late game because they don't have to be afraid of scaling by too much. But here in the middle, another fight about the start. The drag does not connect, but they're going for Genji now. He gets a bit of an assist, but that bomb still explodes. It gets a bit spicy now. So they're really all looking for kills, and this time they're gonna get one, aren't they? Yes, Sylvanas is gone, but Shiza Kid is turning in, and that is a barrage. You can kiss that fort in the mid lane goodbye. That one's gone. And at the bottom of the map, which is going to be targeted last, they're doing a bit more damage now too. But yeah, well, they're still chasing Diablo, as you can see. So yeah, this one is falling. No problem. Well, actually, as this gets attacked, they're still going for another kill against Diablo. At least they're trying to, and this time they're slowing him down far enough for Brightwing to move in, but he's still dead, and that might also be the end of Link. Brightwing drops, and that's a double kill. They're getting the doubloons there too. Top fort gets also attacked and might fall, will fall, and they get a triple kill at the bottom of the map, resulting in a level 10 lead for them, and 7 kills to 3. So at this point in time, we have 2 forts destroyed on the red team's side after the first turn, and so they're definitely heavily ahead here. The disc missing from Maiev, so Mr. Taiko and Genji is still able to retreat a bit further, but it doesn't change the fact that they can now murder this fort, and it seems like they're also going to get that kill on Genji with a bit of a delay, but they're still getting it, and they have 8 doubloons in their hands still. So structurally, Team Kayak is getting absolutely crushed right now. There's a lot... Oh, the chest is also now up on the map, which pretty much means you get a turn in. You get a full barrage if you want it, right there. Tracer zips it down within seconds. Now she alone holds 10 gems. 10 doubloons. I'm not used to this anymore at all. Limo doesn't even care about it though. But they're trading chests. And level 10 abilities are now available for both teams. There's still all... Oh, no! Get wrecked! 10 doubloons gone, and the funniest thing is if he would have moved there right away, he would have succeeded. So they just gave up 10 doubloons, and it is an immediate turn in a barrage against the blue team. Oh my god. Like, it's too good. So yeah, not only did they not get their turn in, but they gave up the doubloons too, which means that the top fort is now gonna fall. And I guess the bottom fort is still going to take some damage. Actually, is this going to fall? I think this might just survive, guys. That's 5 shots. Is 5 shots enough to take that down? Yeah, I guess it's just enough to take it down. So another 3 shots are fired. Yeah, so they're going to lose that one too. Another camp is going to be taken, but the bottom of the map is at least still standing. A few of the siege giants are getting stolen away now as well. But yeah, it's just too good. 10 doubloons lost. All that booty. Blackheart is happy, but I would assume that they're insiders, they are not. Still a disc. I mean, blind discs through the wall here. They have a camp at the top, and they're still taking some of those walls down. The funny thing here really is that if they get their next turn in, they're going to do so much more work here as well. So now moving in heavily, trying to go for that keep, and they're sieging up on this one hard. 4 siege giants in total. Another tether, Brightwing with the attempt to create some space and distance, but the isolation has connected. So did the tracer bomb. They couldn't do the damage here. The keep is down to 50% HP, and they're finally starting to fall back a little bit, waiting for the next minion wave. Could always re-engage, but they have 13 doubloons, and it seems like they're going to try and turn them in. So let's see if they can actually pull that one off. So Tracer, she's already zoning out Urel a little bit. They do the same over here. They got vision. Sylvanas is just saying hello. Apocalypse! They want the kill! And they get it! Rhaegar a little bit too late with the ult. They're trying to go for a second one, and Bishops is insanely low. And if Cassie just connects one more hit, then she's dead. So yes, Maiev is down. And they're trying to go for Tracer again, and she just implodes. Tracer is gone, and once again, the doubloons get stolen, or at least some of them. So now we have 8 kills to 7. And they are going to have to get one more doubloon here from the pirate camp on the left. They're going to get another barrage, which is, I believe, their third. Yeah, so their third barrage, whereas Dead Inside has only got a single one thus far. It's a little bit memey. Oh, so yeah, now the bottom fort is going to be destroyed. To be absolutely fair, it's obviously a bit of a problem for Team Kayak that they need this many barrages, this many cannonball salvos to take the outer ring of defense down. Because the issue for them is that Dead Insiders have pretty much pulled that off without using the objective at all. And if the game continues like this, then they are going to get some structures just simply by them moving in and getting some doubloons connected as well. So Link is already going to fall. Urel is also not going to make it. There's only 2 doubloons. But I mean, every single one at this point in time kind of matters. And the double kill doesn't go quite unnoticed either. So they can go for the boss, for example, if they want to. They got level 16 as 2. So level 16 is another one. And yeah, the only problem with them going for the boss is that it creates a bit of time and space for Team Kayak to go for that bottom keep, and that's where they're headed. They will open the wall up, but I don't think they can do too much more than that. But this boss is, of course, gonzo. I mean, that one is for sure a win right now for them. So the boss is going to get taken. The chests are back up. So we have some treasure chests on the map. And I think they might get both. The Haka moved in, though. The Haka moved in, got the drag. I don't think it's going to be enough. That's 6 and 3 gems in their hands right now. They get the isolation out on Diablo, but can they take Genji? No, but they can take Diablo. That's 3 doubloons in their hands. They have another turn in. They can finally go in and turn. And that would eliminate, I believe, the keep in the middle. Or at least it would be very close. So if they push with that a bit, they can nearly take that keep down. And one of the chests was actually still up. So Limo came in and dropped it. Which means that they have nearly enough doubloons for another turn in. And that could definitely, I mean, that could definitely work out for them. So they're opening this up first. Keeps are now getting attacked. Both teams have lost all of their forts up to now. And yeah. Yeah, still one doubloon down at the bottom of the map. Somebody's apparently rich. Somebody is going full Elon on us. Money doesn't matter. They just leave the doubloon up there. And that is just not alright. So, yeah, 3 more shots are not going to take that fort down. Or sorry, the keep down. But it's going to be very close. They still got another turn, and that would definitely guarantee that this thing gets dropped. And they could try and make that work now. Yeah, they got 13. They're going to lock in 14 and 15 now. But Diablo and his boys are also on their way back to this one. So yeah, turn is slowly happening. Maiev seems to be inting a bit, but gets the save. So yeah, good for them. And Limo is trying to get rid of the 9 doubloons that he holds. And I think that's a very smart choice. I would have hated for him to go into the team fight again and then die for the 3rd time, dropping everything that he has there. So that turn-in was super important for them. But now they can team fight this out and see where it gets them. Apocalypse, the combo attempt. Isolation from the Haka, interrupted. Bishops jumping out, and he's still alive. Plays with vision, but it's not enough to save his ass. Maiev is down, the drag on Diablo. And Diablo gets killed by Tracer, who starts to clean house. Mr. Tycho, oh my god, they're all exploding right now. Every single one of them gets crushed. They hold 17 doubloons, and they're going for keep and maybe even core. But what a fight. The turnaround with the kill on Diablo was beautiful. First they dropped him, and then they snowballed it towards Cassia. Now, there are still a couple of shots that are being fired. They want to go for the core, and it's only Urel that is still back up, and they're trying to kill her too, and they actually succeed. Full 5-man wipe. And that should help them to end the game right here and now. A 2-0 lead seems to be inevitable for Dead Insiders. Team Kayak in real trouble here. Nicely done. That was a very convincing victory. Well, actually, it was 2 convincing games, but there was a couple of YOLO moments either way. 1-3-3-7, perfect time to end the game. 2-0 lead for the Dead Insiders. Okay, Haunted Mines, Dead Insiders with a 2-0. We saw Booty Bay and now we're going into Haunted Mines again. I mean, my first question honestly is if they are gonna ban Sylvanas this time, because I really think that Sylvanas is an integral part of the strategy that Dead Insiders play here. If you can call it a strategy. I mean, at the end of the day, they're just going face. So they're going full team Smork here and that's all they do. But Sylvanas helps with that. So they're trying to be aggressive, they're trying to push, and I think they're going to take her again if they can. This is also the map where they played Abathur, if I'm not mistaken, so maybe something that Team Kayak is even considering to ban out later. But first, Hanzo gets the axe, no arrows for you. Blaze gets banned on the blue team side. But I gotta admit that the aggression that we're seeing here from Dead Insiders is kind of fun. It's on the one hand a little bit sad that they didn't make it through the winner bracket into the winner bracket final. On the other hand, that series was just such a meme. I mean, talking about the game of throws, that was ridiculous. I mean, good for Disgusting to be so persistent that they didn't give up at any point and always were able to just like turn it around again. But here comes the Genji ban, so you could still get the Tracer pick once again on the side of Limu. But as I said, Sylvanas is an option. Hammer gets banned first. Do we get the Brightwing pick? Brightwing is amazing here. You have 2 levels on Haunted Mines, and therefore Brightwing is just incredible when it comes to assisting anybody, being it on the upper or the lower level. Something they could definitely do here and use. But will they go for first pick? And there we go, you see? They are learning something. They take Sylvanas away, but that leaves Brightwing open, and that's a very powerful pick, but it's not even addressed by Dead Insiders. They go for Rhaegar instead. They want to have the camp clear here. But Sylvanas is eliminated. Okay. So, Sylvanas out of the mix. Do they still go for the Brightwing pick now that they have the opportunity? I would imagine that could be a good choice for them here. But yeah, taking Sylvanas away from the team on the left is probably a pretty good choice. They should feel kind of confident with this now. So, Brightwing and Diablo. There they are again. Yeah. That is definitely mixing things up a little bit, like, no doubt. I'm also looking a bit towards what we are going to get as the main tank. If we're going to get a main tank, that's obviously the big if. Are we getting a main tank in the first place? The Dehaka main tank worked really well for Dead Insiders on the last map. But, yeah, Maiev also a huge impact, of course, with those tethers. I mean, it's just like, damn. Tigers gets banned, so they want to protect Diablo a little bit. They're playing it similarly to what we've seen in the Taiwanese tournament. Pretty much every single time you saw a Diablo picked, it was either with Tigers or him banned. Want to protect him from the bigger they are, or from minigun in general. But, yep, let's go. Double pick. What do we get for damage? Is it another Tracer? It worked well last time. Could still go for Brightwing. Gotta be careful around that, obviously. That's Cassia. There's a lot of Cassia today. I really, really like that Cassia. She disappeared for a long time, but now she's absolutely in the... At least in this tournament. In this tournament matter, she's definitely heavily present. I still want to have another Abathur game. Like, I can't really help myself here. But I have to also say that the picks that they have, I mean, while you can play Abathur with this, is not really what you normally look for. I want to be a bit... I want to see more aggression from them when they do that. Malthael and Jaina. Okay. Hey, even Frost Girl got a bit of love today. More than I expected. And they go for Tracer after all, just a little bit later than expected. So yeah, there she is. Guys, game number 3. First match point for Dead Insiders here in the losers bracket of MAPness. Let's go! Can they lock a 3-0 in? Or is Team Kai going to put a point onto the scoreboard? Let's find out. 2-0 lead for the Dead Insiders. It is match point, baby. And we have on the left side right now Shizake on Johanna, Anime Power is playing Cassia, Bishops on Hogger, Alex Batman with Rega, and once again Limu on Tracer. Worked well on the last map, and he usually plays with Genji, with Tracer. He really likes those heroes, and he likes to go face, and we've seen that now in so many games in this tournament. So this one is not an exception. On the right side, Mr. Tiger with Sylvanas. We got Master Chips on Malthael, Arion on Diablo, Link with Brightwing, and Brrrs going for Jaina. Also a little bit cold here, apparently. So, yeah, let's go. Let's see which team takes it. Are we going to see the comeback? Are they going to start with a victory on Haunted Mines to bring this back, or is Team Kaya going to fall victim to the blue team without taking a single map? Now, obviously, once the mines open up, you have to play for the golem. We also have with Sylvanas an opportunity to just go for some pressure on structures and try to do that. Level 1 with the Might of the Banshee Queen right from the get-go. And we have the lingering chill from Jaina. Whereas up at the top side, it is the aspect of death. Malthael. Now, Tracer is obviously going to dive in and out whenever there's an opportunity to try and go for a quick connect and kill, as we've seen in the last game too. This time there's no doubloons that you could lose, so no problem here. We have, same time now, a bit of a rotation, and Malthael needs to be careful. If that doesn't get called early, then he is likely going to find himself on the receiving end of an ass kicking. But as it stands, they are just trying to go for the camps instead. And this one gets easily taken. Now the red team isn't lazy. They're going for their own camp at the bottom of the map. So not a problem here in any way, shape or form. And, well, right now they're trying to focus on Cassia a little bit, but they can't get her. No stacking, by the way, in case that you missed it, so she went for the charge strikes here. 0-0, and what else are we getting? A little bit of action at the top against Malthael, and only Brightwing jumping in saved the day here for Master Chips. Limo might have been able to get that kill if that continued. Hogger is still going for the Siege Giant camp, and the red team is mirroring those movements. So both of them using their camps at roughly the same time. Soon we're going to have the mines opened up, and then it's really a question of which team wants to go for the skulls in the first place. Is the first objective something that you're really willing to fight for, or how are you going to play that out? And they're actually opening this up quite a bit as well, so not only is the side lane open, or side wall open, so that you have some vision, but they're also able to take one of the towers down. Hogger pays the price at the top lane and falls. That's the first blood in the game now for Team Kai for the first time in the series. Both of the previous maps have been opened up by a kill for Dead Insiders. So currently it's all about Sylvanas, and she's dead. No chance for her. Sylvanas down, and they're looking for even more damage. They should at least start and take down the gate now. But yes, the mines are opening up in another second or two. Brightwing at the top is getting attacked here, and Limu is literally just running circles around them. But he's also very much alone, so without any assistance, he should probably start falling back here eventually. Has a bomb, though, and could technically try and make a quick dive and even get a kill here. Yeah! Oh, 40 hit points. But if he connects that bomb, it's the end of Malthael. So, it didn't work out, but it was a nice attempt. Yeah, down here. The kills are coming, and it's the red team that is paying the price now. Not only Jaina, but also Sylvanas fall. Brightwing is moving in to try and help Diablo, but I think that's a mistake. Because first we have Brightwing falling, and then they're also attempting to chase down Diablo himself. And thanks to Rega, they're going to be able to make that happen. So that is 4 kills that they just locked in there. And of course they have the upper hand on the skulls too. Doesn't get much better than that. They're just all over the place now with one move after another, either kills or the objective, whatever it is, but they're taking the lead there. So this is looking exceptionally good now for Dead Insiders. Yeah, they definitely don't want to waste any time today and move on through the losers bracket in this tournament. We have Bishops easily just taking the rest of the skulls here down the bottom. The only thing that's going to remain for a while is the boss here. But Tracer with another kill. So Limu is insanely dangerous, not only on Genji but also Tracer, and he showed that in the last game. But even in this one, so 3 kills I believe already that he locked in for the team. And now that they have Sylvanas eliminated, they have the opening here in the middle where they can also go for the boss in just a moment. Instead, Tracer just using the mines to move around. There's, by the way, a couple of skulls that are still missing in the corners. So eventually they have to be taken as well, but nobody's making any kind of play for that yet. And Tracer gets caught. Tracer gets caught. So, yeah, she gets caught. They're able to get that hit in. Camp is claimed too, as long as they can push a bit of pressure onto Malthael. You should be able to escort that in. That's already what they're trying to do. The red team, in the meantime, might make a play. No, they're going topside through the mines and try to disrupt them and catch them off guard, but it didn't quite work out. Rhaegar is still fine. The rest of the team is coming too, though, and they stayed way too long. After the first heroes made an appearance here, they should have moved back, but it is a kill against Cassia that gives them a bit of a reality check. And now Bishops is YOLOing in. Boys, it's a 5 versus 3. You don't really want to go for that. The boss could still be taken, though, by the blue team, sorry, by the red team. So they might try that. Either way, it is going to be a little bit of an advantage for Dead Insiders. They have 54 skulls already, so at worst it's going to be 54 to 46. But I wouldn't put it past the blue team to go for an aggressive play. Now, they're not YOLOing in, apparently, and as I say it, we have Bishops at least sneaking over, so they are trying, and he gets a few more, so he got 1. Yeah, they're still trying to get a kill. Brightwing gets sucked in with a Condemn, and they nearly get the hit there, but they're diving after them through the mine entrance, hoping for that connect that they can't get. One of the reasons is, of course, also that they're so close to level 10, and with the kill on Malthael, they might as well get it. So they have heroic abilities a level before Team Kayak does, which means that with the objective, they can now go full on ham on this one. So, yep, they're already diving past it. Oh, they interrupt on the shockwave. Brightwing with a clutch poly, making sure that that shockwave doesn't connect, but they are still losing Jaina. And the fort is gone before the boss is even here. And at the bottom of the map, one tower is still standing. This one is easily going to be defended, I suppose. At the top, I don't think they can do a lot of damage on the keep, but it's already going to be enough to open that wall up and just nibble at the hit points a little bit. So, yeah, they're trying to pull that off. But yeah, Link with incredible timing on the shockwave denial. If that shockwave connects, there's a lot more heroes than only Jaina that fall in that situation. So the push continues. Tracer at the bottom of the map is playing it out against Malthael again, and is actually trying to dive in for another kill, and gets it. Malthael is down, got soloed. The boss still active at the top. Guys, they might get the entire thing if Rhaegar can survive here. They pushed him back even further. This is getting insanely dangerous. I don't know what Hogger is doing all the way in the back there. But, well, dying, I suppose, but yeah. So the keeper at the top lane is barely going to make it. The fort at the bottom of the map got destroyed. So factually, they're even in structures when it comes to catapults, which is what most of the time you care about. But of course, that top keep is so vulnerable that if you lose a big team fight right now, blue team could literally just move through the top lane and drop you. So gotta be super, super careful with that. I mean, either way, there's still a couple of camps to be taken. Maybe at some point they can also just dive in a little bit. We got 29,000 damage now as the top damage in the game for Cassia. And it's still the camps that are being fought over. Brightwing is trying to hold position topside for experience, but also to protect that keep. And has to move in. Yeah, last rights. That's the first stack for Malthael. Nicely done. So they got that. The problem is, if nobody moves towards the top, it might cost them the keep. But they are hoping for more kills here, so they're chasing. And that's a nice wall stun. So Cassia hoping for some counter damage, but she goes down. And Tracer is going for the next camp, already done with all of this. But once those 3 connect, this is going to be the end of the keep. So they just sacrificed this one. He's too late. He's definitely too late. Keep is gone. The keep is gone, but we are seeing a push at the bottom of the map that might well result in a keep being destroyed on the blue team side too. So this is getting closer and closer right now. But Malthael shows top and Tracer dives in immediately and is ready to say hello. Sylvanas is going to fall 100%, so she's already dead. Link in trouble and they're chasing them down. There's the condemn and the interrupt. Another slow, another kill. They're going for the double and they're not going to stop there. Jaina's not going to make it. Her best, I mean, maybe she gets a counter kill, but even that is just, yeah, even that is wishful thinking. So the Undead are spawning in another 10 seconds, and with 22 seconds for Jaina to respawn, and another 10 now for Brightwing, they're of course going to take a massive, massive lead on the next objective. 12 kills to 6, level 13 in their hands, they're just all splitting at this point. And boy, oh boy, trouble's brewing right now. Now they are re-entering, and well, Shizakid sniffs it out, so he knows already where they are. Can just easily give information here. But as you can see, they are on 55, on 60, 62 skulls. And they're even getting a couple more. Blessed Shield on point. They go for Malthael, and the aspect of death turns into the aspect of dead again. They're also getting it. Oh my god, the slaughter, the carnage! All of them getting murdered! Absolutely murdered. And well, that boss is wide open. Guys, this is going to be an absolute disaster. We're talking about 93 skulls to 7, what we're looking at here. Huge battle. The Lightning Breath, just not as impactful as they hoped for. Malthael, Brightwing, Jaina, all dying. Diablo getting dropped. They lost everybody here. And now we have 16 kills to 6, 93 skulls to 7. The spawn point at the bot lane this time. Can they move through though? I mean, they gotta go through the fort and the keep. So that's a lot that you gotta drop here. Even with pumpkins to assist you a bit in a push, it's not gonna be easy. Even talents for now. 2-level advantage, granted, but still, it's even talents for now. So this is probably the best fight that Team Kayak is gonna get for quite some time. But they don't want to fight on the golem either. If they get hit by that stun, then they're in a world of pain. That the water elemental got dropped a second ago, it doesn't help their cause either. Malthael again dead. Shockwave connecting. Sylvanas down. Oh my god, this guys, they're losing everything here. This might be game. It's 3 heroes dead. At first it looked like maybe they can hold at the core, but now they're losing ground by the second. Death timers are low because we're only 12 minutes into the game, but they already opened the sidewall up a little bit. And unless Tracer ints now, this should be the end of the road for them. They're already going for the keep. The boss is, or the golem is still at nearly full HP. That's 90% or so. And they get Jaina again. It's a nightmare. 20 kills to 6. An absolute bloodbath at that bot lane. Dead insiders, they're going through Team Kayak like hot butter through cheese as they're melting the keep away on their way to the core. Sylvanas, she died again, and Diablo, he's no exception here either. They go for the core, and that's going to be a 3-0 victory for Dead Insiders with all the aggression that we expect from them. They drop Team Kayak. They drop out of the tournament, and the blue team moves on to the next round of the losers bracket here at MAPness.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.